why Taiwan is so important in this? Is it because like Taiwan is just produce all the chips, like 92% or 50% of the chips, or 92% of the high-end chips, or is it because of the Taiwan Strait? So why is it?
Well, first and foremost, it's ideological. It's always been an aspirational goal of the Chinese communists because that's where Chiang Kai-shek and the Kuomintang fled to in 1949. So, if you look at historically, even back to days of the different Chinese rulers in the 18th, 17th century, Taiwan was not part of China. I mean, that was an indigenous population. It had actually a lot closer relationship to Japan. So historically, it's inaccurate for the CCP to claim Taiwan. The only reason why they want to claim it is because that's where the Kuomintang ran to. But, the Kuomintang is essentially dirty right now and corrupt and agents of the CCP. The DPP is, I hesitate to say pro-independence or but they're pro-sovereignty, I think is the same thing, is the important thing. So to Xi, he wants to deliver Taiwan to also cement his power inside the CCP and demonstrate he can do something. Okay, so it's ideological. It's so that Xi can demonstrate he can do something. The third one is, and this is where it gets challenging for the CCP, is the almighty chips. And I, in my liaison role with Taiwan, when I was in the Department of Defense, I went to Taiwan a number of times, and the TSMC Corporation, and their 3 nanometer chips, and the smaller number is better. The legacy chips are 5s and 7s. And 3, you're a shrinking number, means you can put more computing capacity into a smaller area. And the Taiwanese have just mastered the art of building these foundries, and they're called fabs for fabricators. And you got to spend a lot of money to set these things up exactly correct. So when you start stamping the chips, it is just perfect. And it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, more and more power in a smaller area. It's great. The 5s and the 7s are still good for a lot of older things, such as appliances. But even there, it's challenging because there's ups and downs on supply and demand. So even the older chips are important. The Chinese need the chips also because these are considered dual use. They can be for civilian applications, but also all of the Chinese missiles, they need them for military applications. So how do they take Taiwan without there's like 6 key TSMC fabs on the west coast, on the thin coastal strip facing the mainland. How do you take those and the workforce without destroy? Because if you destroy the plants, you kill the workforce, you've got nothing. So this is, how do you do an invasion? Now, in the past, they were trying to use their little green men, which a lot of them were bought off KMT folks, bought off Kuomintang corrupt elements. Well, they've done a very good job of rounding them up. The young people growing up in Taiwan feel Taiwanese. It's offensive to call somebody in Taiwan Chinese. They feel an identity. They feel a national identity. And so how does they can't use the little green men anymore because they've done a very good job of rounding up the little green men. So China has a great complicating factor. Plus, TSMC is migrating a lot of their activities to the United States. So it's getting more and more difficult for the CCP to accomplish all these things.